Job requires you to trust this team with your life.
NCIS is all new. CBS Monday, 9/8 Central.
Nice and tranquil as ahead on through the balance of tonight, and tomorrow not looking too badly. Can we keep the good weather going until Sunday? I'll let you know.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Truitt. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we break down the top headlines that came out of Washington, D.C. this week, including the ongoing trade war. Plus, the University of Michigan says they've had a number of their international students have their student visas revoked. We'll have reaction from campus. And Partridge Creek Farm and Marisa have opened registration for the 2025 Central UP Farm to School Institute. We'll have the details. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Hello, I'm meteorologist Tom DeVecchio. For Saturday, a cool start but a nice return in those temperatures. Lots of sunshine to start out the day, but during the afternoon, clouds will thicken up. Still, though, we should get into the mid-50s at least on a good southerly flow. And temperatures could hit 60 for Iron Mountain toward Ironwood. There is some rainfall in the forecast, though, for Sunday. Well, more details on that and the rest of the next week's forecast later in the show.
This past week in our nation's capital, the trade war ramps up, and Republicans are one step closer to finalizing their president's budget plans. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has the Washington recap.
This week in Washington, the president's trade war escalates.
But I said, we're not going to have deficits with your country. We're not going to do that, because to me a deficit is a loss.
He issued a temporary tariff pause for certain countries, but is keeping a universal 10% tariff all around. But he hiked up tariff rates on China, and China is retaliating. The stock market briefly bounced back following the tariff pause announcement, but some say the relief is only temporary, worried that the trade war will get more extreme.
The Trump slump is upon us now. Whatever he will try to do in the future does not undo the damage. This chaos seems to be just a game for Donald Trump, but it is really real, very real, for people's lives, people's livelihoods, people's retirements, people's income.
In Congress, House Republicans passed their budget blueprint, kicking off a long process to craft the legislative text for the president's budget plans. They'll aim to slash spending and implement tax cuts.
I'm really happy that we got to this place today, and now the hard work comes where we actually write the bill. In committee by committee, we will go and work with the Senate to make sure we have a product that can pass both houses.
Democrats claim Republicans are eyeing cuts to Medicaid and nutritional programs to meet these goals. But Republicans say health care and other services will be spared.
They want to cut taxes for billionaires and make our kids pay for it.
And a couple of wins and losses for the Trump administration in our highest court. This week, the Supreme Court blocks an order requiring the Trump administration to reinstate thousands of federal workers who were let go in mass firings. The administration says they are trying to reduce the size of the government. And the court ruled against the administration, saying the U.S. wrongly deported a Maryland man who was mistakenly sent to a mass prison in El Salvador. Justices said he must be returned to the U.S. Coming up this week, the House and Senate are on recess, but myself and Brennan Scanlon are preparing unique stories from Washington. I'm Rachel Knapp, and that's your Washington Recap.
The University of Michigan said nearly 24 international students and graduates have had their student visas terminated by the federal government. Faraz Javed visited campus to give us this report.
Arvin Malari is the secretary of the Graduate Employees Organization at the University of Michigan.
We are a labor union for graduate workers representing over 2,000 members.
How many of them are international students?
About half.
For Arvin, this is a concern because so far he knows of 6 international students who have had their student visas revoked.
There are graduate students here who teach students, who perform world-class research, and all of a sudden a few of them are being told to flee the country, essentially.
Wayne State University says 4 of its nearly 1,200 international students have had their visas revoked.
So far, there's not been a clear pattern. Sometimes there have been things as minor infractions with the law, such as a misdemeanor or a traffic ticket or a DUI. These have never been reasons to revoke visas before.
Last month, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the State Department had revoked over 300 student visas nationwide.
If you want to participate in movements that are involved in doing things like vandalizing universities, harassing students, taking over buildings, creating a ruckus, we're not going to give you a visa. Every time I find one of these lunatics, I take away their visa.
But Arvin says the 6 international students at U of M did not take part in organizing any protests on campus.
Which countries did they come from?
We have noticed a trend that they're coming from East Asia, so Korea and China.
However, attorney Jamil Kuja, who in a separate case represents one of the U of M students charged with resisting arrest during a protest at the DIAG, says the freedom of speech applies to everyone.
The First Amendment rights are for individuals in the United States, and it does not depend on your immigration status, what you're able to say or not say.
At Oakland University, Rosemary Mack says one of their 800 international students recently had his visa revoked at the Windsor-Detroit border.
We've heard in some cases that students are being notified via an email. Now, we've heard in other cases they're not being notified, so my team, anybody who has access, is checking the system on a daily basis.
That system is called the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System, also known as SEVIS, a portal designed post 9/11 to approve non-immigrant and exchange student visas after an extreme vetting process, and also to monitor their information while they maintain their full-time status at their university.
Do international students have access to the SEVIS system?
They do not.
When a student visa is revoked, that student is required to leave the country immediately. However, it becomes a challenge if they do not know their legal status in the country.
If students decide to ignore that or to overstay, they could be in a situation of, being detained and then, potentially being barred from entering the U.S.
According to the Association of American Universities, international students added $44 billion to the U.S. economy last academic year. Rosemary says Michigan gets around $230 million.
For international graduate students who have the talent to make it big here, right? I mean, why would they want to go here if they're always at some kind of chance to being deported at any random moment?
A Michigan report from the 2024 presidential election is shedding light on just how often non-citizen voting occurred. Investigations by the Department of State found just 15 cases in the 5.7 million ballots cast. The report compares DMV records to the state's qualified voter file to refer 13 cases to the Michigan Attorney General. The department says while precise work should be done to prevent similar cases in the future, current federal actions are not the solution to such a small number of fraudulent ballots.
Only citizens should have a voice in our elections, but making eligible voters cut through red tape in order to prove their eligibility with an end result of disenfranchising possibly millions of voters is not the way to ensure secure elections.
More information about that report is up on our website, WZMQ19.com. Partridge Creek Farm, in partnership with Marquette Algerisa and the MSU Extension Center, just announced that registration is now open for the upcoming 2025 Farm to School Institute. The Farm to School Institute is a professional development opportunity designed to provide teachers with the knowledge, resources, and strategies necessary for successful farm to school initiatives in their communities. Participants will learn how to combine local food into school meals and how to integrate agriculture-based curriculum into the classroom.
Whether you're an English teacher, an art teacher, a science teacher, no matter what your field is that you're trying to teach about, we can help you connect farm to school food and where food comes from to your classroom.
Registration is also open for Partridge Creek Farm's Farm to School Summer Camp for kids. Tom DeVecchio has your first warning weather forecast after the break. Plus, Michigan State Police announced their Officer of the Year for Marquette County. We'll introduce you to him after the break. And an Escanaba brewery is reopening following their recent renovations. We'll be right back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, we're our...
If you are suffering from mesothelioma, lung cancer, or pulmonary fibrosis, you may be entitled to compensation, even if you smoked. Call Detroit-based Goldberg, Persky & White, working lawyers for working people for more than 35 years.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. Better begins at Aspirus Health. Bringing out the better in all of us.
This is a powerful place. In this chamber, decisions are made every day. Decisions that impact your life, your friends, family, and neighbors. Your life can be changed by what happens here. I'm 19 News' Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy. I report to you, tracking votes, new laws, and policies that change lives in the Upper Peninsula. The only place to see what's happening in Lansing is right here.
Sophia Murphy reports, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Mathis Court is in session.
On WZMQ CBS. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking out the headlines for the Upper Peninsula. Saturday looks like the better day for this weekend. We'll keep it dry, a lot of sunshine, at least start out the day tomorrow with more afternoon clouds. The clouds will continue to thicken up. That'll lead to some rain showers as we head on towards Sunday, and probably some more rain Monday. And tax day's Tuesday. Just to add to the misery, we may get some rain and snow. Here's a reason that you need to pay attention at train stops. Look at this. This is out in Minnesota. He turns. Now note there are no warning lights here on these particular tracks. Crosses it. Here it comes. And bang. Oh, my goodness. Now, only minor injuries. I wouldn't have shown it if there wasn't, but just minor injuries here by the train operator and the semi-operator. But again, you can see just a stop sign there. But always, you got to be careful. Always look and obey the signs at the train stops here. Back to the weather here. Nice southerly flow for Saturday should help boost the high temperatures nicely, even though the clouds will tend to increase during the afternoon. And we'll continue with that southerly flow into Sunday morning as a weather system will be moving on by, giving us more clouds. But until then, we'll keep it clear for the balance of tonight and a lot of sunshine for Saturday morning. Then here's what happens Saturday afternoon. Here comes some thicker clouds, and we'll see some cloudy skies for the afternoon. However, we'll still have some mild air. Showers do arrive. You can see on and off rain showers right on through the day on Sunday, but should be ending though by Sunday evening. The clouds will hang around. Another wave will probably affect us during Monday and Tuesday. For the balance of tonight, though, we do expect mostly clear skies. Temperatures will be falling into the lower 30s for most of you. Some of you, like Iron River, down into the upper 20s. And for tomorrow, nice day. Morning sun, more clouds in the afternoon. Southerly breezes boost everyone into the 55 to 60 degree range. No lake breeze for Lake Superior, but those of you off the shores of Lake Michigan, of course, will come off that cold Lake Michigan water, and temperatures probably not getting out of the 40s. After that, we'll have, again, some rain showers on Sunday with a good chance of some showers for Monday. Tax Day Tuesday, here comes some wet snow. Back to drier weather and cool for Wednesday, and then a chance of rain or snow as we head toward the end of next week.
A trooper from the Michigan State Police Negaunee Post has been named the Marquette County Law Enforcement Officer of the Year for 2024. Trooper Mac Schlicht enlisted in the MSP in 2004 and was then assigned to the Negaunee Post. Schlicht has served as an evidence technician, first aid instructor, and was a member of the tobacco tax team. He currently serves as a canine handler at the Negaunee Post. We asked Trooper Schlicht what he's most proud of.
When my dogs are working and doing what they should be doing and they're on, that I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of the work and the service we provide. Personally, my family couldn't do what we do at the odd hours and the crazy call-in times without that support system in place.
The humble Escanaba native credits his fellow officers from across the county for his success and the success of law enforcement throughout the region.
If you look at some of the names that are on the award that have received it before me, just phenomenal, hard-working, really good people, and to be counted among that genre is humbling.
Trooper Schlicht has been working tirelessly as the sole canine handler at the Negaunee Post since 2019, answering calls day and night. He has become one of the MSP's top dog handlers, citing the versatility of the canines he has worked with.
We run several different specific single-use dogs, like arson dogs, explosive dogs, dogs that are specifically trained to find guns.
And so we salute you, Trooper Schlicht, for being the Marquette County Law Enforcement Officer of the Year. A Delta County brewery has nearly finished major expansion. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons gives us a sneak peek at the changes and what they can tell us the patrons to expect when the brewery reopens.
Upper Hand Brewery has been closed for just over 1 month, and inside, big changes are underway.
Our customers have been cramped in our cozy little space for too many years. We had an opportunity to bring to the community what they've always asked for.
In addition to rearranging and opening up the tap room, Upper Hand has added a second room.
We increased our seating from about 16 to almost 45, I think, total. So almost triple. We have a different variety of high tops and low tops, different sizes, all that kind of stuff. We have TVs in that secondary space. We also have an indoor stage now. It definitely will be utilized on maybe some slower nights and definitely into the fall and winter.
Live music has long been a hallmark of the brewery, so the team has been working on a new, larger outdoor stage with plenty of space for patrons. And of course, Upper Hand plans to welcome customers back with new beer releases.
When we do reopen, we will have 3 brand new beers on tap. We did release a blackberry porter and a porter 2 days before closure. That will also be on tap, so it's almost like having 5 new beers on the menu right off the bat.
The expansion coincides with the sale of Upper Hand to a California-based company in February, which is already having positive impacts on the brewery.
These new owners have been nothing but fantastic. They've visited Escanaba a couple times now. We've met with the city manager to talk about exciting new opportunities with our space. We're sitting on 5 acres of property and it's been severely underutilized. These new owners see the potential, so they really want us to take ownership back of this brand and of this brewery.
The staff hope to reopen in the next couple of weeks, and they say the new Upper Hand experience will be well worth the wait.
I am losing my mind not being able to have people in the building, seeing smiling faces and chatting with regulars, hearing the stories. That's what a brewery and a tap room should be. It should act as that third space for folks to relax, unwind. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Mike Ludlam has your sports headlines when we come back. We head to Hermansville for the 86th Gold Medal Classic Basketball Tournament coming up after the break.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
So my name's Andrew Lovins. I'm a donor greeter at Goodwill in Marquette, Michigan. Goodwill has been the longest, steadiest job I've had ever. When I first moved to Marquette, I was kind of homeless and just got an apartment, and I was looking for jobs everywhere, and I just thought Goodwill would be the place for me. But Goodwill helped me a lot of different ways. I'm in good hands, and yeah, got a roof over my head, and that's all I care about.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
Mr. Mattress here at Serta's Big Spring Sale, and it's going on now. There's extra discounts on all iComfort Pro mattresses and adjustable bases. Save up to $925. Zone Comfort designed for full body alignment so you get a good night's sleep. At Shunks, we carry a full line of Serta mattresses. They're all here for you to try. 22 different models and comfort levels to choose from. A nice plush queen-size perfect sleeper mattress is on sale for just $4.99. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
April days are diamond days at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. April is about everything diamond. Diamond studs and loose diamonds up to 50% off. Diamond fashion jewelry is up to 35% off. And let's talk about diamond upgrades. I can upgrade that diamond in your engagement ring or studs with our trade-in, trade-up program. Come see my huge collection of diamonds.
Richardson Jewelers.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. Lots of local talent in the Class C final of the Gold Medal Basketball Classic in Hermansville. That's in Menominee County, in case you have forgotten. Dave's Auto is the home team against Jim's Plumbing. And Dave's Auto is in the blue. Number 2, Marcus Johnson, will get the ball after a couple of passes. And Marcus will miss from the outside. Kyle Johnson grabbed the rebound over to Iron Mountain's Oscar Kangas for the score. Marcus Johnson tried to drive next, loses possession, and that's going to lead to a basket by NMU's Biggie Luster for Jim's Plumbing. We're in the second half, by the way. Again for Jim's Plumbing, Sam Schultz gets the ball to Menominee's Aiden Belisle, and the 2 NMU players combine for that basket. Next for the black shirts, Jake Brock will take a pass underneath the basket, and he will maneuver and score. Jim's Plumbing was down 4 about midway through the second half. For Dave's Auto, good passing will lead to a Hart Holmgren dunk. At least I think that was Hart Holmgren. For the blue shirts, Marcus Johnson keeps the ball. Miscommunication on the black defense. And then Marcus says, yo, that's good for 3. This game went into overtime, tied at 58. Off the miss, Hart Holmgren snags the rebound ahead to Gladstone's Reese Castor for the basket. And this will come off the window. Dave's Auto wins the Class C title 70-63 in overtime over Jim's Plumbing, 63. I missed by a digit. The NMU swimmers and divers held a scrimmage this afternoon, but this was not as serious as I first thought. The best event was actually the last one. Swimming head coach Heidi Voigt was in charge of the public address system. Now this is heat 2 of the 100-yard freestyle relay. Lane 1, women's wrestling. Men's basketball is in lane 2. Skiing, track and field, 2 teams of hockey filled the rest of the lanes. Now the start was clean, thank goodness. Men's hockey B at the bottom of the screen took the early lead up in lane 2. Mr. UP basketball from 2024, Johnny Ingalls of St. Ignace was struggling for the basketball Wildcats. You would have thought his parents would have gently thrown him into Lake Michigan at one point and said, sink or swim. Apparently not. Final lap, hockey defenseman Trevor Mitchell of South Lyon, Michigan powers hockey team B to the win, 56.98 seconds. The men's Greco-Roman wrestling team was second, and the men's basketball team came in third. The first heat was won by the football team, I should say. Plenty of fun for the athletes as they close out their academic year, not to mention their sports year. In baseball today, community college baseball, Bay Community College swept Alpena 2-1 and 2-0. Cohen Thompson and Lorenzo Feliciano threw complete games for the Norse. High school baseball, Escanaba wins a pair, 6-3 over Lake Mills, Wisconsin, and 8-3 over the Keweenaw Storm. Gladstone splits a pair down in Wisconsin, falling to Kewanee 7-4 and edging Oostburg by the count of 3-2. Norway ended up playing a doubleheader with Ewan Trout Creek, and the Knights took both 11-0 and 20-2. High school softball, a big day for Escanaba, nothing new there. 19-3 over Rhinelander and 19-2 over Campbellsport, Wisconsin. And in lacrosse, NMU did not score in the first half, and that usually doesn't bode well. Grand Valley State took this one 11-4. The Wildcats visit Davenport on Sunday. To the NBA, the Pistons, the Milwaukee Bucks, the slam dunk by Cade Cunningham, 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 12 assists. And that was close to the end of the first half. We jump ahead to the third quarter now, and Giannis was busy. He ended up with 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 15 assists. And Milwaukee wins this one 125-119. So Milwaukee will finish 5th and play Indiana in the playoffs. Detroit will finish 6th in the Eastern Conference and take on the New York Knicks. Turning to college hockey, Michigan State forward Isaac Howard has been named the 2025 recipient of the Hobie Baker Memorial Award as college hockey's top player. Howard joins Kip Miller, 1990, and Ryan Miller, 2001, as the 3 Spartan Hobie Baker Award winners. Howard had a career best of 26 goals and 52 points in the Spartans' 37 games. He captured the Big Ten Tournament Most Outstanding Player honor. The Hudson, Wisconsin native had 3 goals and 5 points in the Big Ten Tournament for MSU, with a hand in every Spartan goal scored, including the game winners in both the semifinals and finals. Howard was voted Big Ten Player of the Year and earned first-team All-Big Ten honors, plus he's a first-team All-American. And because Hobie Baker considers this, he has a 3.4 grade point average in communications. To the NHL, the Red Wings, the Tampa Bay Lightning, Detroit needing all kinds of wins to try and get a playoff spot. Second period down 1-0. Marcus Kasper to Patrick Kane, and that one is good, and that ties the score at 1. Tyler Mott will be standing in front of the net at just the right time, right there, to get the goal. We'll let you see that one again as the puck takes an interesting bounce off the boards, and Mott will catch the hop first, not literally, but he knew where it was going, and put it in. Third period, Red Wings down 3-2, no big deal. Marco Kasper puts one away. That ties the game, and it would go into overtime from there. And Kasper is going to just slice through the defense, and that one is good. Red Wings go on to win this one by the count of 4-3, and they're still hanging on by a thread to try and stay in the playoff race. Round 2 of the Masters Golf Tournament down in Augusta, Georgia. And we will start with Scotty Scheffler, the defending champion. He is on the green on 12, and he's going to chip that one in for birdie. So he's at 5 under par. He's doing pretty well. Next is Shane Lowry, trying to reach 6 under on the final hole, but he'll come up just a little bit short. Not by much, though. Now, moving ahead, Corey Connors of Canada will birdie the par 5 8th hole, and he is at 6 under par. And he is joined by several friends, as Rory McIlroy will get a great approach. He is at 6 under. Bryson DeChambeau is at 7 under par. Your leader is Justin Rose, only 1 under on the day, but he is still in business in the lead at 8 under par. And we will be right back.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order with 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes. We're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
We have the Tom Cruise cake here to try. Jay Ellis gets a tasty surprise.
Me and my dad literally argue over the cake.
We're gonna try this cake, okay? Then
we have some fun projects inspired from our show.
HGTV Week starts with a little DIY. It was so easy on J Hood.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
She's fair.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
The Window Store Home Improvement Center is your clear choice for quality products and expert installation. We have a thorough and seamless process, start to finish. From the moment you meet our friendly staff, you'll be amazed by their attention to detail. Our team of experienced professionals take pride in their work, and with our 2-year warranty on all installations, you'll have peace of mind knowing your investment is protected. Plus, we service the entire Upper Peninsula. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Weather-wise, sunshine starts out our day on Saturday. Now the clouds thicken up ahead of the next weather system here, but looks dry during the day Saturday, and a nice mild look on that southerly flow despite the clouds. Dry early Saturday evening, then some showers skirt the region into Sunday morning, and more showers on and off through the afternoon. Maybe about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for most of you. Some of you may get a little bit more in steadier bands. But it's all rain here, not seeing any snowfall with this system. And temperatures tomorrow should get close to 60 on that southerly flow on the Wisconsin border. No lake breeze here, so even Marquette and Munising, Newberry getting well into the 50s here. But wind coming off the colder Lake Michigan waters, places like Escanaba, will probably see temperatures only in the 40s. Near 50s, showers at times Sunday into Monday. Looks like we'll see some wet snow as we head toward Tax Day, which is Tuesday.
Finally, tonight, they're soft, they're sweet, and they blow up in the microwave. And sometimes they're art. Yes, we're talking about the one and only Peeps. They are here for Easter. The Riverfront Arts Center in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, is hosting its annual Peeps show. Creative types submitted paintings, sculptures, dioramas, pretty much anything involving the Marshmallow Chicks. This year has given us such creation as SpongeBob Peep and the Green Bay Peepers. The Peeps exhibit traces its roots back to 2008. The center developed it at the height of the Great Recession as a cheap alternative to expensive exhibitions.
Baseball, Tigers lead Minnesota 7-5 in the 8th inning. Milwaukee up on Arizona 3-0 in the 7th.
Bucko's Party Store, where the party starts. They're your party store and more in Calumet. They have a great selection of snacks, frozen food, craft beers, and top shelf liquor. When the winter chill gets to you, keep warm and in style with